Saturday, October the 5th, USKA Fight Sports returns to its home, the Parkview Inn on Bulldog Drive in Allentown, Pennsylvania, with another pro Muay Thai card. Get your tickets at USKAFightsports.com, USKAFightsports.com.
Good?
Awesome.
All right, I'm here with Lucas LaRue talking about your October championship fight in Allentown, PA. First of all, am I saying your name correctly?
Yeah, you're good. Yep.
Okay, great. So, Lucas, we can't talk about this fight until we talk about the last fight. And I don't want to dwell too much on this, but what the hell happened in that last fight from your point of view? Because this is a rematch. Tell us what happened.
So we had started getting going, bell rings, everything's going great. Feel like we're kind of testing each other out for the first minute or so of the fight. Stuff starts to, develop. We start actually getting to the action, and right from there, it looks like something's wrong. And then out of nowhere, this dude's cup just falls out of his shorts right onto the canvas, which was, a first for, I think, everybody.
Right. So the cup falls out. They take a timeout. The trainer puts it back in. Action resumes. Pick it up from there.
Mm-hmm. So instinctively, like, I kind of can read his body language is like it's really not gonna stay. Like, it didn't seem like he was too assured by it. So I didn't know, like, specifically what the deal was. If it was like his, I don't know if he had like a, because I think during like the pre-fight, like when we were getting all of our paperwork and stuff done, he had mentioned that he forgot or had like left his bag. So I think he might have, I didn't know if he had to go buy a new like jock strap or a new pair of compression shorts. So I figured that might have been it, like a sizing issue, or just had never worn that specific one. But right. Yeah, we keep going. I don't think the clock stopped. So the round ended shortly after, which was really weird. That kind of threw it off a little bit. And then in between rounds, it goes back to normal. We go back, I go into my corner, get my coaching from Steve, and then from there we start off again, and again everything feels normal. Action starts to pick up, and then from there I can tell that he's like awkwardly moving and like trying to not move as much. So I could tell that something was wrong. And the second time that he had a problem with it, in my head I could kind of tell, and then I heard the athletic director say, or the commissioner say, like, if it happens again, it's done. And I assumed at that point that there was no way that it was going to change it. So I kind of had an idea that was going to happen. And then from there, it was just a lot of instant anger, pretty much.
Right. So that was the issues in the first fight. So from USK's perspective, I was very disappointed because that should have been a great fight. We did give all your fans, right, that were there last time, free tickets, correct? So
yep,
they're
absolutely
all taken care of. Good.
I appreciate that.
So that's the fiasco part of it. So now going into this fight, it'll be a little bit different. It'll be 3-minute rounds. It's for a championship belt. Mm-hmm. What did you, without talking about the cup anymore, what did you learn from that first fight about Trevahn that might help you in this next fight?
It was kind of, like I said, we were really feeling each other out a little bit a lot in the first round. I don't think either of us got, the better of either person. As far as that, the like finding my range and stuff like that, feeling a little bit of his power and how he throws combination stuff like that. Other than that, though, we didn't really get a chance to feel out anything specifically. I felt like I took decent control, like ring control. And I was able to, kind of start to implement my game. And then every time I felt like it was starting to ease into the fight itself, it just kind of stopped abruptly and threw off everything. So it was like restarting the fight 4 times within, a couple of minutes.
Now, you are a southpaw, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel that affects him at all, off-balanced him? And do you think you lose that advantage in a second fight? Maybe they'll be better prepared?
I can't. I know, like, you can get longer, rangier guys. I think my style is really, really awkward for people, and it's something that people generally can't get a decent, grade on because of how kind of weird it is, like with my range and being a southpaw. So, I mean, unless he's got like a consistent amount of, 6'4", 170-pound southpaws to train with, it's not something that you can really prepare for that much. And like I said, I don't think that either of us got that much of an insight onto what that fight was going to be or turn out. So just kind of keep things the same. Nothing's really changing a whole lot as far as game plan and stuff like that.
Well, I'm following you a little bit on Facebook. Tell me about this mountain.
Yeah, so I live in Clifford, Pennsylvania, and Elk Mountain is about 4 miles from my house, and it's one of the biggest mountains in the state. I think it might be the biggest as far as the ski resort goes. And I really started to take advantage of it. I wish I had done it earlier, but now it's like a kind of like a weekly thing for me. I love doing it. It's such like it's an insane endurance and, cardio workout, and it's like super gratifying, having like that physical, like getting to the top and looking over the mountain range, stuff like that. And we actually did like some pad work and agility stuff with the team yesterday. And getting up to the top, you don't realize until you start sweating up there, like what the altitude actually is. And then like afterwards, I felt like I did, a full spar day, but it was, a quick session. But you could tell like that there's a totally different wear on your body.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there. I love taking advantage of it. Bring my dog, my family, it's a great experience.
Very good. So in the last 2 weeks, what do you do now in the last 2 weeks to prepare for this fight? Are you hitting the mountain? You hitting the sparring hard? Does it change in the last week of the fight?
So for the next week, we'll be like probably the last of like our hard work, like really getting deep into like the sparring and shark tanking, as we call it, pretty much putting me through, the hardest, making sure I'm well prepared for this. And then, the last week just consists of staying active, not letting anything kind of settle in, getting a good sweat every day, getting good workouts in, and keeping my mind focused really on the fight and the task at hand.
How often do you train at the gym? I know we're like in 10 minutes you'll be in the gym working out, but how often are you in the gym?
And I come up to Scranton MMA probably 5 or 6 times a week, and it's usually it's probably like a good 1-3 hour session. Usually I'll get here like 5 p.m. and leave 8:30, 9 o'clock every night, 5 or 6 days a week. And then whenever I don't end up coming here, I do a lot of I'm really big into like kettlebell workouts, stuff like that, functional movement training. I don't do a lot of traditional lifting because I don't think it really pertains to fighting. So I try to put my body into situations that kind of mimic the fight.
Very good. What is how do you see this fight going now? Do you have a prediction? How do you see it going?
No specific prediction. I expect my cardio to be, at a point that it's right now it's at a point that it's never been at. I'm in the best shape of my life, so I just really am excited to test myself, and I'm happy that it's 3-minute rounds. The 2-minute rounds, it feels like you don't really get that chance to really start, to get going. So I'm happy that it's 3-minute rounds. I think that benefits me, because I know for a fact I can go hard that entire 9 minutes. So I'm gonna be in his face, pushing forward like I was in the previous fight, trying to, stand in front of him. If the finish comes, I'm not particularly looking for it, but if it comes, I'm going to be ready, to put it on him.
Going into the first fight, I saw this fight as Trey more of a brawler and you more of a technician. Was that an accurate way to describe the fight?
Actually, no. We had a similar idea of how that fight would go. It seemed early on that he was more kind of hesitant, trying like in more of a counter striking range, which kind of was a little bit of a surprise for us. But it's like I said, I have an awkward style. It's kind of hard to gauge, especially being that was the first time that either of us had, been in the ring with each other. So I think that and him trying to figure out that idea, that puzzle, kind of stalled out the brawler portion of his game, which we were expecting him to be really aggressive pressing forward, but it didn't end up happening. I don't know if that was because of his, apparel, like the cup thing, or if it was specific to their game plan. But yeah, between that and he threw, a lot more kicks than we expected. Other than that, yeah, it was just kind of more of a counter-striking game, which is awesome. That plays into what I love, my range.
I mean, yeah, if you can keep him on the end of your kicks and punches, it's your fight all day. But if he wants to brawl, you're going to be in the middle of the ring brawling with him. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm not in any way backing down from that type of fight. I like to keep it cleaner. I want to represent martial arts for what they are. If you want to see two guys swinging at each other, go on YouTube and look up bar fights. That shit happens all the time. So, I take this really seriously. So I want to really show that I'm improving constantly as a martial artist and continuing to evolve.
Very good. Very good. All right. We're going to wrap this up. I think it went really well. Anyone else you want to shout out to anyone or any thank yous or sponsors or anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, I want to thank my head coach, Steve Wilson, Combat Fitness, NEPA, always, helping me evolve as a fighter and continue to get better and keeping me motivated. I've also been working with a strength and conditioning coach, Matt Marcinick. He has, Marcinick, his mental coaching. It's helped me substantially for this camp, keeping me focused and keeping me right on track. And of course, Scranton MMA, where I'm at right now in the parking lot. I wouldn't be anywhere without this gym and the people I have around me and my training partners. JJ Veramendi, who had a brilliant showing the last time around. That kid's an absolute monster. You got Jesse Burke in here coming back into the game, and Gabby. All of them, our team we're building. We're always getting better.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations with the team. And like I said, I'll be seeing you in 2 weeks. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'm really looking forward to this fight again.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. I can't wait to show out.
Take care, Lucas.
Have a good one.
Saturday, October the 5th, USKA Fight Sports returns to its home, the Parkview Inn, on Bulldog Drive in Allentown, Pennsylvania, with another pro Muay Thai card. Get your tickets at USKAFightsports.com, USKAFightsports.com.